So you're thinking about moving to Kansas City and the surrounding areas like Olathe, Kansas, but you want to know the good and the bad, the pros and cons before you make that decision to move to Olathe, Kansas. Well, today in this video, we're going to cover the pros and the cons. And you know what, being one of the top cities to live in all of America, there's definitely a lot of pros, but you want to stay on because I want you to weigh out the pros and some cons of moving to Olathe, Kansas. And so with that, we're going to get after it right now. So if this is your first time on our channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Kansas City and the surrounding areas like Olathe, Kansas, then make sure that you subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know about the current market in Olathe, Kansas. My name is Jimmy Zell. My wife Nikki and I are part of the Living in Kansas City team. And every single day we get phone calls, text messages, and emails from people just like you and you and you. And so whether you're moving in 7 days or 7 months, feel free to reach out to us as all of our contact information is in the description box below. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Olathe, Kansas. And here I am at Mahaffey Stagecoach stop here, the farm. And behind me, you guys can see it. I wanted to show this to you. Remember, this is one of the last trails on the way to Santa Fe. Inside of this, it's a great place for visitors to come. You can discover, like, what was life on the frontier here in Olathe. So a lot of history here in Olathe because it was the stopping point for many people going west, right? And so let me just kind of take you around here so you guys can get out of the sun a little bit. It's getting warm here in Kansas City. But so make sure if you're in Olathe, stop here, come see it. And there's the Heritage Center is right over there, the brown building, you can see it there. And then across here, I mean, this is just a beautiful area of Olathe. A lot of history, old settlers days, of course, is coming. Talk a little bit about that too in one of our other videos, but just wanted to at least start here. We're gonna go into the pros and cons of Olathe, Kansas. Like I said, it's one of the top cities to live in America, for sure, in the Kansas City area, but there's also a few cons that you want to be aware of as well. And so let's jump into the pros and cons. We'll start with the cons first, get the negatives out of the way, and then we'll move into the pros. So if you're ready, let's get going.
Okay, let's get into the cons first. The first con is weather extremes. See, Olathe, Kansas, and like much of the Midwest, it's known for its weather extremes, meaning this. Let's start with the summers. Now, I don't know about you, but when I see the thermometer, the temperature that climbs over 90 degrees and the humidity, it makes it feel like you're walking through a sauna. I mean, it's tough to actually enjoy being outside. The humidity here can be very, very intense, making those summer months, feel even hotter. If you're not used to being around that, then you'll definitely figure out real quickly that you may spend more time indoors than out. And you'll probably find yourself relying heavily on air conditioning and, to stay comfortable, which of course can lead to higher energy bills, or, you'll have to get up earlier or stay up a little bit later and try to enjoy the temperatures when they're a little bit cooler. And then just when you think you survived the summer, winter rolls in also in between fall, but winters can be a bit of a shock here as well. If you're not used to the cold weather, I mean, we're talking temperatures that can dip below freezing with occasional snowfall. In Olathe, it gets about 15 inches of snow on average per year. And it's not uncommon to wake up to a blanket of snow, which can really disrupt your daily routine, especially if you're not a fan of driving on icy roads, all right? Plus, winter here isn't just cold, it's long. These chilly temperatures can stick around, making it feel like spring is like a distant dream, right? But hang in there because spring eventually gets here and you'll absolutely love it. Now, let's not forget about tornadoes. Olathe is right in the heart of Tornado Alley, as most of Kansas City is. And tornado season usually peaks in early spring, early summer. And then, of course, you just want to be aware of tornado season. Even though, the chances of getting hit by a tornado are slim, you do want to take it seriously. Tornado warning signs and even the occasional, need for you to get down in the basement, seek shelter. That's just part of life here. You really need to know what to do if there is a tornado, get to a safe room or your basement or a shelter. I've been living in Kansas City for many, many years, and we've had to go into the basement numerous times in our lifetime living here. So weather extremes are definitely something to consider if you're thinking about moving to Olathe. The summers are hot and humid. The winters are cold and can be very frigid and also have the snow. And then tornadoes are a real possibility. But with the right preparations, I mean, you can weather any storm literally, figuratively. And also you'll enjoy the fall and spring seasons here because they're just absolutely amazing. We love the fall and spring seasons here. I don't mind the summer season as well. All right, so the first con definitely is the extreme weather patterns that we have here in the Midwest, and of course, especially in Olathe. The next con is going to be the cost of living. Let's talk about the cost of living in Olathe. Now, on the surface, Olathe might seem more affordable than some larger metropolitan areas, but when you dig a little deeper, there are some factors that you want to consider that could impact your budget, could impact your lifestyle. First of all, let's talk about housing. The median listing house price in Olathe is around $571,000, with the median sold price at $474,000. Now, those numbers might seem manageable depending upon where you're coming from, but for first-time home buyers, people that may be on a tighter budget, those might be a little bit of a stretch. So make sure that you catch our neighborhood vlog tour so you can get an idea of the homes and their price points. And it's not just because of the purchase price, but property taxes in Johnson County, where Olathe is located, are higher than the national average. This means that even after you've bought your home, you'll need to make sure that you budget for those annual taxes, which can be significant. I mean, make sure, especially if you're retirees or on a fixed income, property taxes in this area can be a real burden. And they don't show any signs of going down as the area continues to grow and prosper and develop. But it's not just housing. As Olathe continues to grow, we're seeing an increase in the prices of goods and services, and also groceries all across the board. Utilities, the cost of living, I mean, it's just all gradually climbing. Now, it's still relatively comparable to the larger cities, these rising costs, but they can add up. It impacts your overall affordability and lifestyle. For instance, you might find that your grocery bill is higher than it used to be, or that the cost of dining has crept up over the years. We've noticed that too. Now, if you're coming from the West Coast or East Coast, or Chicago or Dallas, the cost of living in Olathe is still going to be a lot lower than what you're used to. But if you're moving from a smaller town in Kansas or Missouri or Iowa, Nebraska or Oklahoma, to get these great neighborhoods and all the amenities, just know that the cost of living here is going to be a little higher. And also the property taxes, groceries, and your gas, you'll find that's just a little bit more in Olathe because of the area. All right, so that's definitely going to be a con that you want to be aware of. Another con is going to be the population density. What does that mean? Well, Olathe being one of the top 100 cities to live in America, it has seen significant growth over the past few years. And while that's a testament to its appeal, it also brings some challenges. One of which is the population density. As more people move to Olathe, the city has become more crowded, and that's led to some growing pains. But one of the most noticeable effects is the traffic congestion. If you've driven around Olathe during rush hour, you've probably experienced the frustration of sitting in the traffic light that just seems to take forever. And so with more people comes more cars on the road, and that also means longer commute times, especially during the peak hours, whether you're heading to work in the morning or coming home from the evening or trying to just go do some daily activities, you'll see some traffic issues. I mean, some of the intersections can get very, very long, especially during rush hour traffic. And it's not just the roads where you're getting a strain, but you're also getting pressure on the city's infrastructure, including like public services and utilities. This can lead to wear and tear on the existing facilities, meaning that maintenance and upgrades might not always keep up with the demand, but it's just all growing. And as of right now, the city is doing a great job of keeping up with the growth, definitely there. I mean, it's a cleaner city, of course, and with the population density happening and more people are moving in, there's definitely going to be a greater demand for even more resources like water and green spaces. And unfortunately, like I said, this can lead to a reduced availability of those green spaces and the parks and natural areas. They may become even more and more crowded because people are just flocking to Olathe. Also increases the level of pollution. There's just a lot of different things that happen with all of this growth. But population density is definitely going to be something you want to keep in mind if you're considering moving to Olathe. While the city's growth is a sign of its popularity, while people want to move there, it also becomes a big challenge like traffic congestion, straining on the infrastructure of the city, environmental impact. But with careful planning and community efforts, I believe that these challenges can be handled. The city's doing, like I said, doing a great job with that. And so that would definitely be another con for Olathe. Another con for Olathe is actually its limited public transportation. Let's talk about transportation. If you're thinking about moving to Olathe, one thing you'll need to know is that this city is largely car dependent. Okay, public transportation options are pretty limited, which means that owning a car really is a must. I mean, it's a necessity if you want to kind of get around downtown or all around the suburbs. So that's an expense that you need to factor in. You got to have a car, maintaining it, keep it fueled up, of course, and make sure, of course, you have insurance. But for those who don't own a car, getting around Olathe can be a real challenge. The city's layout is spread out, and with limited public transit, options available, walking or biking isn't always feasible, especially when you consider the weather extremes that we talked about earlier, especially if there's snow or it's a very, very hot day. It can definitely be a drawback for residents, and that would make it for sure a con. And so just be prepared. We don't have a lot of public transportation in Olathe. If you're used to living inside of a city where you can get on a bike and do all those things, you might not have that out in Olathe. Right now, they're working on it. There's some talks about that, but it could be a while before that happens. Olathe is a very progressive city, so you never know in the future if that's going to be something because of the demand, because of the growth. But if you're living in Olathe, I would highly recommend that you have a car and make sure that you'll be able to then, of course, see the rest of Kansas City as well. Don't forget you're very close to the city, and that car transportation is going to be a must, because even in the neighborhoods, they're so big and massive and spread out that you're going to need to get a car and to go visit some of your friends that you meet in the community as well. Running errands and just going down to the coffee shop for some of these neighborhoods. Even though some are near you, you probably will still need a car. So that would be a con, is that there's just not a massive transportation available for Olathe. And the last con really is this rapid growth that we keep talking about. Olathe's rapid growth is both a blessing and a challenge, right? On one hand, it's great to see that the city is thriving and it's attracting new residents. But on the other hand, that growth comes with some significant challenges. One of the biggest issues is the increased demand for housing. As more people move to this area, the housing prices have been driven up. They continue to grow and increase. It's making it harder for some people to have affordable housing. This increased demand doesn't just affect the house prices, but also availability. With so many people looking to buy or even rent, it can be tough to find the right place, especially if you're on a budget, okay? And so it's not just housing that's feeling the pressure. The local schools are also being impacted. More and more families are moving in. And as the population grows, some of these schools are becoming overcrowded. That's why they're going to have plans to potentially even open up more schools with the new subdivisions. So that can be a concern for anybody that's got families or your parents that are looking for education. Even though these are some of the top rated schools, with this strain, it definitely could affect it. And so, Olathe has been known for its very tight community, and sometimes with the rapid growth, that can disrupt that a little bit as well, because longtime residents might feel that, there's just starting to become disconnected with all the changes. And so it can be kind of tough to have that small town feel with the city growing so quickly. It's not only Olathe that's having this explosive growth, but really all of the Johnson County suburbs, Overland Park, Leawood, Shawnee, Lenexa, Gardner, all these areas are experiencing rapid growth. It's because they just have so much to offer. I mean, the appreciation on the houses continue to go up, so that's a pro. So be aware of that. And Olathe is in massive rapid growth mode because of that. It's such a desirable place to live. So I would, say that's also a con, is this rapid growth. Now that we got the cons out of the way, let's talk about the pros, and there's some really good ones. And I love talking about the pros, but the first pro I want to talk to you about is the strong economy that Olathe has. Olathe is a city with a vibrant and strong economy, and that's one of the top reasons, people are drawn to living here. Let's start off with the job market. Olathe's economy is incredibly diverse, with major industries including like healthcare, education, technology, manufacturing. This variety provides a real safety net sorts, because it means that the city isn't overly reliant on just one industry, right? If one sector experiences a downturn, others can help balance things out, and so you won't see that happen. It just really makes the local economy more resilient to national or global economic changes. But it's not just about diversity, it's also about the growth. The city actively supports local businesses through initiatives like Grow Olathe. This program, it provides technical assistance and resources to help small businesses and startups to really thrive. And so whether you're an entrepreneur, looking to start a new venture, or someone looking for employment opportunities, Olathe is a place where business growth is encouraged and supported. Let's also talk about employment. Olathe consistently enjoys a very low unemployment rate, which makes it even easier for residents to find and retain jobs. But this isn't just good news for individuals, it's also great for the community, because as a whole, a very low unemployment rate also contributes to the financial health and well-being of the city, leading to better services, more amenities, higher quality of life overall. And so these are, some really good things. And so whether you're looking for a job or starting a business or simply want to live in a place with a very strong, stable economy, Olathe has a lot to offer. Olathe's strong economy is just a major plus. So if you're considering moving here, it's a huge plus. Consider that it's got a very diverse market, unemployment rates are low, economic opportunities are plentiful, and it's where you can also feel secure in your financial future. So huge pro for Olathe. Our next pro is the high quality education that you get in Olathe schools. One of the biggest draws for families moving to Olathe is the high quality education. We have lots of buyers whose first question to us is, how are the schools in Olathe? Well, Olathe's public schools are consistently ranked among the very best in the state. Whether you're looking at elementary schools, junior high schools, or high schools, you'll find that the schools are not only committed to academic excellence, they also offer a wide range of extracurricular activities so that can help students really develop into the well-rounded individuals you want your students and kids to be. So let me give you some information about the Olathe schools. First of all, Olathe Public Schools, there's 35 elementary schools, 10 junior high schools, and 5 senior high schools. It's the second largest district in Kansas, and the class size average, elementary is about 17.79, middle is about 20, and high school is about 21.72. The ACT averages around 22.2. They've had 21 national merit students. They've got a lot of people they've got so many awards, all right? Presidential awards, 18 Blue Ribbon Awards. They've also been voted the number 4 best employer in Kansas as well. So the people that, in terms of working there, people love to work there. So they have all these awards that they're getting, the Olathe schools are. So just know that if you're a family and you're looking, schools and education is very important to you, you're looking at one of the top schools, not only in Kansas, but really around the country. I mean, they've been, Olathe High School is ranked one time as number 4 on the list of best high schools by U.S. News and World Report. I mean, so they just, once again, ranked among the very, very best schools. And so they take it very seriously. You'll find out they're definitely, education is a big, big piece of why people want to move to Olathe. It's why the sprawling neighborhoods and the suburbs are growing out there, why there's new developments being built out. If you just look up the school district, you'll find out best schools. If you go to their website or just type in Olathe schools, you'll find out they've definitely got some of the highest ranked K through 12 schools in the area. So you'll love that. But it's not just the K-12 education that impresses everybody here. Olathe also is home to a well-educated population with over 50% of the residents holding a college degree. So very educated community. This reflects on the community commitment to education and makes it a very attractive place for families, who really do, like I said, prioritize academic success. The presence of highly educated residents also contributes to the overall quality of life in the city, fosters a culture of learning and growth. And speaking of higher education, don't forget Olathe is strategically located near some of the best universities in the region. Don't forget we've got University of Kansas in Lawrence, and you've got Kansas State University as well. You also have Mid-American Nazarene College right there in Olathe. And the proximity provides residents with access to continuing education if they want, or professional development, and many opportunities between those universities as well. And also for people that are looking to advance their careers or just love to learn. And so also home for Kansas State School for Deaf is in Olathe. It's another layer of education and diversity and cultural richness that the city really offers. And so if education, like I said, is a priority for you and your family, Olathe should definitely be on your radar. With top-ranked public schools, a highly educated population, access to higher education, this city offers a very, very strong foundation for academic success and lifelong learning. Our next pro is safety. And this is a big one, especially if you have a family. Safety is a top concern for anyone considering a move. And Olathe shines in this area. The city has a lower crime rate compared to other cities in the region, particularly when it comes to violent crimes. This contributes to Olathe's reputation as a safe and secure place to live. which is especially important for people that have families, retirees, and anyone looking for peace of mind and just in their community. One of the key factors in maintaining these low crime rates is Olathe's proactive approach to community policing. The local police department, they emphasize community engagement, building strong relationships with the residents and using data-driven strategies to prevent crime before it actually happens. This approach not only keeps crime rates low, but it also fosters a sense of trust and collaboration between the police and the community. They've done an amazing job with this. Another aspect of safety in Olathe is the city's neighborhoods. Many of the Olathe neighborhoods are known for being particularly safe, making them ideal for raising a family, enjoying retirement, or simply just living in, like I said, in a peaceful environment. Whether you're out for an evening walk, letting your kids play in the yard, or just relaxing at home, you can feel confident that you're living in a community where safety is a priority. When I'm driving around the neighborhoods, showing houses or filming content, you'll see lots of people walking, or they're at their community pools or at their neighborhood playgrounds. Just everyone's out, So safety is one of Olathe's strongest selling points, with low crime rates, proactive policing, safe neighborhoods, and it's a city where you can feel secure and enjoy the peace of mind that comes with living in a safe community. So you'll love that that's a major pro for Olathe. Our next pro is the outdoor activities that Olathe offers. Olathe is an outdoor lover's paradise. That's one of the top reasons that people love living here. The city is home to an extensive park system with numerous parks, trails, and recreational facilities that offer something for everyone. So whether you enjoy hiking, biking, or just taking a leisurely stroll through, a beautiful park, Olathe has plenty of options to keep you active and connected with nature. Olathe's parks are diverse, they're well maintained, offering a range of different environments for you to explore. For instance, Blackbaugh Park is a favorite for families with playgrounds, picnic areas, sports fields. If you're looking for a more serene experience, Lake Olathe Park offers stunning views. It's beautiful there, water activities, and plenty of space to relax. Plus, Lake Olathe has a splash pad and a beach area. We've taken our grandkids there, and they've really loved it. We had a great time there. And so here's a quick story for you. They have these blobs where you jump on it and you launch someone up in the air. Well, my grandkids are young and they're skinny, and I jumped on one and launched one of my grandkids up 12 feet in the air. And luckily, it didn't knock the wind out of him when he landed in the water. Needless to say, he didn't want to do it again. So for those who love a good nature hike, also Ernie Miller Park and Nature Center is the place to be, with trails that wind through the prairies, the forests, and the wetlands. You'll love that. One of the best things about living in Olathe is also the climate. With over 214 sunny days a year, there's plenty of opportunity just to get outside, enjoy all that the city has to offer, whether it's summer sports, fall hikes, or even winter walks. The weather here is it's very conducive to be having an outdoor active lifestyle. And it's not just the parks and trails. Olathe also hosts a variety of outdoor events and festivals like Olathe Summer Concert Series, the Johnson County Old Settlers Days celebration, which brings the community together and offers entertainment for all ages. And so if you love spending time outdoors, Olathe is a fantastic place to live, with an extensive park system, year-round recreational opportunities, and family-friendly events. There's always something to do and enjoy in the great outdoors within the Olathe community. You'll absolutely love it. Our next pro is the community and the livability. Olathe ranks as one of the best places to live. And last but not least, let's definitely talk about the community and livability. Livability.com site, it ranks Olathe as one of the top 100 cities to live in. It's because it has such a welcoming atmosphere. You just feel like, the residents are very, make you feel, easy to get integrated into the city. Plus, the community and the city is very, prone to have this inclusivity for people. So when people come to events, it's very welcoming. They have still that hometown feel. Even though it's having big growth, you feel still like a small town. Olathe consistently ranks as one of the best places to live in the U.S. And it's easy to see why, because the city scores high in categories like economy, education, safety, which makes it a very desirable location for both individuals, families, retirees, And then you got the strong sense of community combined with the city's amenities and opportunities that the city offers. It creates a high quality of life that's very, very hard to beat. And speaking of amenities, Olathe has plenty to offer. You've got shopping, you've got dining, healthcare, public services. Everything you need really is within easy reach inside of Olathe and just around it. This accessibility enhances the quality of life, making it convenient for residents to enjoy all that the city has to offer without having to travel very, very far. Whether you're looking for a great place to raise a family or start a new chapter in your life, you'll love Olathe. That does it for our pros and cons. As you can see, there are just a few cons, but they definitely are outweighed by the many, many pros that I just covered. There is no wonder that on livability.com and niche.com, Olathe scores so high as one of the top places to live. And when we talk to our friends and clients that move there, they absolutely love it. And so if you're looking to buy or sell in Olathe, we'd love to help you out with that. We've got a great team that has been having lots of success in getting buyers' offers accepted and sellers selling their homes even faster. We utilize some strategies that maybe others don't to really benefit our buyers and sellers. And we love seeing our clients enjoy the process when they work with us. And so I hope this video has helped you out. And if you live in Olathe, we'd love to hear from you as well. Let us know what you love to do in Olathe or places that we should go visit. Drop those in the comments so that others can see those as well. And so whether you're looking to move in 7 days or 7 months, reach out to us. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Olathe, Kansas. Give us a call, send us a text, email us, or schedule a Zoom. All of our information is in the description box below. Remember, our wish for you is that your buying or selling process is seamless so that you can focus on creating memories for yourself and for your family, and that you love living in Kansas City as much as we do. Until then, we hope to see you around town.